The Russians are operating their Tu-154M aircraft configured for surveillance flights sanctioned under the Open Skies Treaty that allows member countries to conduct surveillance flights over each other's territory. Now, the aircraft are equipped with imaging equipment with specific limitations, and monitors from the country being surveilled are on board the flights to make certain that the party complies with the parameters of the treaty. In other words, Americans are on board the Russian planes. Now, this latest series of Russian open skies flights are being conducted out of Great Falls, Montana, and are covering a slew of strategic points in the western part of the United States, including the highly secure Nellis Test and Training Range in southern Nevada, home of Area 51. Now, I have one question. How in the world are the Russians able to fly over Area 51 and no American can, and we're the ones splitting the bill for this? As Americans, we are paying for Area 51, and yet the Russians aren't, but they get to fly over and take high-resolution pictures of the area. If I went out there and tried that, I'd be gagged and arrested and disappeared instantly. Now, the midday flight, one of them anyway, that I'm talking about, took place on March 28, 2019, and appears to have originated out of Travis Air Force Base, located near San Francisco, and continued on something of a highlights tour of American military installations in California and in Nevada. It flew south over central California, passing near bases like Naval Air Station Lemoore, and headed out over the islands. It then headed directly over Edwards Air Force Base before flying around Fort Erin and on to the Naval Air Weapons Station in China Lake, before hooking a right and heading toward Creech Air Force Base in Nevada. It then headed north directly into the NTTR, the most secure airspace in the United States, along with Washington, D.C. Now, after it made all these flights, it headed back to its base of origin, and its mission was over. Now, I want to make a point here real fast. Why is President Donald Trump letting this program continue? Now, let's be very clear on something, okay? Because there's going to be a lot of liberals out there. They'll see this video and say, oh, we told you Trump was a Russian. Trump is not a Russian. The Open Skies Treaty was signed back in March of 24th, 1992, long before there was ever a President Donald Trump. So let's get that clear. It was signed back in 1992 and didn't even take place until, if I'm not mistaken, January 1st, 2002. Trump has nothing to do with this, but President Trump can stop it. Nevertheless, I'd like to get your thoughts on this. What do you think of the Russians being able to fly over Area 51, and you as Americans can't get anywhere near the base without being gagged and arrested and disappeared? Leave your comments below this video. Thanks for watching.